What makes you think that now is the time for RWAs?
Right now, all the elements that have to go into it to make it really happen, they're basically at the level of progression where they can actually be adopted by institutional players. We have compliance, we have technology, we have the general acceptance and understanding of crypto that just hasn't been there before. Many people think, okay, this could have been done. Everything could have been decentralized 5 years ago already, but this is not true. To cope with the requirements of traditional finance, the scale, the compliance, and a lot of other functionality, and much of this is captured by Bank or Carbon, which just wasn't there. The big problem was compliance. Some people will say, okay, but real estate has been tokenized for some years already by certain players. And some of this is more or less in a gray zone. We spoke to many players that do it, and they do it very successfully. And it's kind of accepted and it works until the authorities are waiting at the border for you. And the big problem is really for institutional players, even if there is some sort of regulation that can be interpreted in a way, and maybe there's even been some precedents where it worked. Like this might work if you do small real estate projects, like owners of holiday homes, like small time real estate funds or so. But if you go into the office of a major investment fund, a big bank, or a multi-$100 million asset owner, and you pitch this to them, they're not going to rely on regulation that will hopefully rule in their favor. Ultimately, the big question that they will ask you is enforceability. They are going to be concerned about the case where they stand in a court of law and they actually have to make their case and get their money back out. And much of this enforceability, not just crypto, also outside of crypto, in the private markets especially, is a massive concern because oftentimes it's very dysfunctional. For the first time, you have in writing, okay, one token on the blockchain equals one share. It's basically the same. As long as you follow this process, everything else will remain the same as if you have a physical share. And this is very easy to understand for these institutional investors who slowly get some appetite for crypto. And if you show up and you have a blueprint of solid legal frameworks and you go into the office, now is really the time that you can actually convince people and they're actually willing to adopt crypto. In fact, they start reaching out to you because they hear from someone that you might be able to help them, because now they want to be one of the first ones.